What used to be a school classroom is now home to Najat Fadl and her family. They fled here to Doka in Gedaref state 3 months ago after the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, or RSF, took over Wad Madani, the state capital of Jazeera state.
There were a lot of explosions and we were afraid to stay. We got into our car to leave but ran out of fuel and had to stay out in the open for days. There was no food, no water, insects bit us. It took us many days to get out of the state and to Doka.
Dozens of other families have also sought refuge in this school, one of many in the state turned into centers for displaced people. Some came from the capital Khartoum, when the battle for control of Sudan started a year ago between the Sudanese army and the RSF. The United Nations says at least 20% of the population has been displaced within the country's borders. Another 1.5 million people are refugees in neighboring countries, making this the largest displacement crisis in the world. 4 million of those displaced are children, the most in any country. Among them are Mawada Babiker's sons. They were forced to leave Khartoum during the first days of the conflict. Her eldest son had to drop out of school as a result.
He keeps talking about his friends who live in the same neighborhood we used to live in and why they got the chance to finish their school year before the war started, but he didn't. The road out of Khartoum was tough, and we didn't have food. The children kept crying, and he kept asking when he's going to finish the school year.
The UN's refugee agency says the needs of the displaced are huge, but there's little response to the international appeals for help.
We're operating with very limited financial resources. We continue to provide protection and basic assistance to the IDPs, the affected population, but also to the host community. We also hope that with the donor support we'll be able to do more. We are aware that what we are providing really does not match with the actual needs.
Najat says what she really needs is to be able to return to her home. But a second year of fighting has begun, and there's no end in sight to the conflict or to many Sudanese reclaiming what they lost anytime soon. Heba Morgan, Al Jazeera, Gedaref, Eastern Sudan.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.